What's up everybody, this is Teacher Ivan from NextGen Academy. Our goal in this channel is to help you achieve your highest potential and to help you understand subjects in the easiest and the most efficient way. If you'd like to get more tips and tricks on how to achieve A star in your IGCSE, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to this channel. Lastly, if you need any help in your studies, you can always head on to our website, link in the below, or our Instagram, drop us a DM and we'll be able to help you. Enjoy this video and I wish you all the best.
All right. Okay, welcome back, my NextGen family. Okay, today we are going to go through on this paper, which is October 2024, paper 2. Okay, the code is 0862. You can use calculator for this paper because this is a paper 2. This is a 1 hour paper and it's only 50 marks. Okay, so have your calculator with you. We shall start. Okay, let's look at question 1. The nth term of a sequence is n cubed. Find the value of the fifth term of this sequence. Okay, when they say fifth term, means our n is equals to 5. So here will be 5 cubed. 5 cubed, if you type in the calculator, you can just type 5 to the power of 3, or you can type 5 times 5 times 5. We will get 1, 2, 5. Okay, number 2. Draw a ring around the number that is 0.058 written in standard form. Okay, remember what is standard form? We need to put it like this: a times 10 to the power of n, where your value of a, the digit before the decimal point, okay, wherever your decimal point is, you have one digit. Okay, so the criteria is this: from 1 to less than 10. And n is a integer. Okay, integer means whole number. Whether it is positive or negative, it doesn't matter. Okay, then one more guideline is that how do we move the decimal point? That is how it will affect the power. Okay, so if we move to the right, so I write dp, dp is your decimal point. dp moves right, your power minus. Okay, so if you move to the right, your decimal point, you move 1, you minus 1. You move 2, you minus 2. If your dp moves to the left, your power, you add it up. Okay, so here, where are we moving the power? 1, 2 to the right. Okay, we want to move to the one non-zero digit in front of the decimal point. So we need to move it over here. Since it's moving to the right, okay, you look at this guideline. Decimal point move to the right means your power, you will need to minus it. So this will be 5.8 times 10 power negative 2. Okay, don't confuse yourself. It's not going to the right, then you add a power. We need to balance it out. Okay, number 3. It will take 3 teachers 4 hours to mark some exam papers. Find how many teachers are needed to mark these exam papers in 2 hours. Okay, first of all, we need to understand what is the relationship between the teachers and your number of hours. Okay, teachers and hours, number of hours. Is this a directly proportional or an inversely proportional type of relationship? We first have to define this first. Okay, what is directly proportional? Direct proportional means if one value goes up, okay, let's say you got x value up, your y value also will go up. If your x value down, your y value also will go down. Indirect, or we call it inversely proportional, okay? Inversely proportional means if one of it goes up, the other value will go down. Okay, so we need to define this question first. Okay, so you use your logic. You got more teachers, do you spend more hours marking the paper? Or do you spend less hours marking the paper? Okay, got more teachers, spend less or spend more? Spend less, right? Okay, so one up, then the other one will go down. So if this one up, this one will go down. Okay, since they are asking us about this one, teachers, how many teachers, right? Okay, we put the hours, maybe I rearrange this like this. Hours to teachers, okay, like that. So we have to know that one of it will go up, then the other one go down. So now, they say initially it takes 4 hours. 4 hours, 3 teachers. Now, 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours means you need how many teachers? Okay, because it's an inversely proportional, right? So this one, you go down, hours less means you got more teachers. Okay, so if this is divide by 2, here, you need to times 2. Okay, so the answer here is 3 times 2, which is equals to 6 hours. Sorry, 6 teachers. Inversely proportional. And you don't write less teachers, less hours. We first have to understand that this is an inversely proportional type of relationship. One go up, the other one go down, or the other one go down, then the other one go up. Okay, number 4. Calculate the size of the interior angle of a regular octagon. Okay, this formula you have to memorize it. Interior angle of any regular, okay, regular polygon. The meaning of regular means they have same length and angles. Okay, that means your entire shape all same one. Okay, so if we want to draw an octagon, okay, how does an octagon look like? 1, 2, okay, wait, let me see. What's the best way to draw an octagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, like this. Octagon, we also need to know it has 8 sides. Okay, so interior angle means all of this angle inside here, okay, which you have 8 angles also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They are all equal to each other. So we need to know what is the formula. So first of all, total interior angle. This is for any shape. Okay, total interior angle. The formula is n minus 2 times 180 degrees. Okay, so we can start with this one. 8 minus 2 times 180, so which is 6 times 180 degrees. Okay, we calculate this first, which will be 1080 degrees. Okay, so this one doesn't matter whether it is regular or not. For any sort of shape, it will always be n minus 2 times 180 degrees. Then each angle, since all of it, they are equal with each other, we will need to take this value divided by n. So we take the total, we can write like that, total interior angle divided by n. 1080, your n is equals to 8. Because you got 8 sides, you got 8 angle. And you get here 135 degrees. Okay, you don't have to split it up into 2 different parts. If you do it in one part, also it's fine. Okay, so if you want to use this one, each angle of regular polygon, okay, to be more specific, each interior angle, okay, right here, interior angle, you can memorize this formula. N minus 2 times 180 degrees divided by n. On top is your total angles, and this one, n means your number of side or your number of angles. So n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. You'll use this formula until you go to year 11 when you solve for angles, again, geometry. All right, 1 to 4, any question? Okay, if no question, can you just type a 4 in the chat? Okay, any formulas not clear, please ask immediately. Okay, do we need to memorize the formula? Yes, need to memorize. Cannot, they won't give you any, in fact, they won't give you any formula. All right, let's move on to question 5. Okay, this one, just type in the calculator. Okay, if you're not confident, type the 1 inside the bracket first. 1 over 4 plus 3.15. Okay, we will get here 15.66 minus 3.4 squared. Okay, do one at a time. Okay, but actually don't need this one. Don't need to type out one by one. But this will be the working. And we will get here 15.66 minus 11.56. We'll get here 4.1. Okay, you see, it's a 1 mark question. So you can use the marks also to give you a guideline on how to answer the question. But most important, at least write down some sort of working if possible. Okay, 6a, write down the equation of 2 different lines that are parallel to the line y equals to 5x plus 2. Okay, what's the meaning of parallel first? Parallel means, same gradient. Okay, we have to know straight line equation. The general, or we call it the gradient form, is called y equals mx plus c. Okay, so we always want to rearrange it to y equals mx plus c, because here, the value beside the x is your gradient. Then the value beside the constant value will be known as your y-intercept. It's always fixed. So for this question here, you see they give you y equals to 5x plus 2. So this is your gradient value, the m. So gradient for this is equals to 5. How can we construct two equations? Okay, so basically you just need another two equation that is 5x, then plus something or minus something, doesn't matter. Or you don't want to put plus or minus, also doesn't matter. Okay, you can put any x-intercept. So I can put like this, 5x plus 2, 5x minus 3. Okay, you can put any value for the constant at the back, but you need to have that 5x. Okay, 6b, a line has the equation 11x minus y equals to 3. Find the y-intercept of this line. Okay, normally this form over here, 11x minus y equals to 3, this is called a general form. General form of a straight line equation is not very useful because we cannot get any useful information from it. We just know that it is a straight line. So what we're going to do is we want to convert this into gradient form. Okay, general form means something like that. Ax plus by equals to c, or ax plus by plus c equals to 0. So it's x power 1, y power 1. So they will be equals to a straight line equation. Okay, so gradient form, we want to change it to y equals to mx plus c. Okay, can change or not? Listen, just rearrange the whole thing. So 11x, okay, I want to make y as a positive. So 11x minus 3 equals to y. Okay, we just rewrite this whole thing to y equals to 11x minus 3. This is your m. This is your c value. Okay, this m, this one y-intercept. So c, y-intercept will be equals to negative 3. Okay, can you do another way? Actually can also. Okay, y-intercept, another alternative way that you can do is, we should know this y-intercept is x equals to 0. Yeah, I'll draw this in green color. Y-intercept is x equals to 0. So you can go and solve for this also. 11 times 0 minus y equals to 3. Minus y equals to 3. Y is equals to minus 3. Okay, so up to you, whichever method that you want to use. Okay, let's move on. Question 7. The diagram shows a triangular prism. Tick to show if each of these statements about the prism is true or false. Okay, the largest face has an area of 100 cm squared. Okay, is this true? Okay, largest face. Okay, so you can do a mental calculation, or you can go and calculate it also. How many face you have? Bottom, 6 times 10, 60. At the back, 8 times 10, 80. This slanted one, 10 times 10, 100. This one in the front will be half times 6 times 8, which is 24. Okay, so the biggest one is here, right? Largest, which is 10 times 10, which is 100. So this is true. Okay, the next one, the total area of the two triangular faces is 96 cm squared. Okay, so let's find out this triangular face. This is 6, this is 8. Okay, so one of the triangular face, the area will be half times base times height. Half times 6 times 8, 24. Okay, two of it will be 2 times 24, which is 48. Okay, so this is false. The answer should be 48. Okay, next one. Question 8. The diagram shows a cylinder with a radius of 2.3 cm and length of 6.4 cm. Calculate the volume of the cylinder. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Okay, do you all remember what is the formula for volume of cylinder? Okay, volume of cylinder. Okay, for those of you who have attended the mensuration class, okay, this is how we understand the concept of cylinder. Okay, cylinder, imagine it's like a loaf of bread like that. Okay, imagine you all got buy gardenia bread, right? Got buy bread before, right? Okay, from the bread shop. Okay, so a loaf of bread is probably made up of, like, let's say 20 pieces of bread. So what we need to do to find the volume of a cylinder is you find out what is one slice of bread first. Then you multiply by the length. The length is the number of slices. So we will start by calculating this part here. This is called your cross-sectional area. Okay, Sintong, very good. So what is this cross-sectional area? Okay, this one is called area of cross-section. You can split it up, or you want to count one immediately also can. Okay, so I will do here area of cross section, because the cross section area can be any shape. This one will be pi r squared. Okay, pi r squared, which is pi 2.3 squared. Okay, remember, you can use calculator for this. So this will be 5.29. We'll leave it in terms of pi first, since it's in the middle of the equation. Then volume will be area, okay, your cross-sectional area, multiplied by the length or the height. Okay, depending, length, height is the same thing. This one is the length over here. So we get 5.29 pi multiply 6.4. Okay, calculate this. Okay, then they say correct to three significant figures, right? Okay, this is normally how I will answer it. When they say correct to a specific value, you write down a bit more decimal places, okay? Maybe like 1 or 2, like 106.36 like that. Then we round it up. 106 cm cube. Yeah, so go and memorize all the formulas for shapes. Okay, somehow, teacher just reviewed the IGCSE paper. So the latest IGCSE paper, because when reach your batch already, your IGCSE paper, you all will have one paper that don't have calculator. Last time paper 2 and paper 4 both got calculator. So now they actually included one more thing, which is a formula sheet. Inside the formula sheet, they give you, okay, more than half the paper is giving you formulas on area and volume. Okay, so in a way, this formula, I think, is part of it also. So you all don't have to memorize anymore. But for checkpoint, you all still have to memorize it. Okay, until question 8, all good? Okay, another shapes one. Okay, let's go to question 9. Here are 4 parallelograms. Draw rings around 2 parallelograms that have the same area. Okay, what is the formula of an area of parallelogram? Do you all know this? Okay, length times base. Okay, what is L? What is L? Length. Okay, not exactly accurate. Okay, according to the general formula. Length of what? Got so many length. Which one is the length? Okay. Perpendicular height. Correct. Okay. The more accurate one that I'll need you all to memorize is area of parallelogram. Okay, parallelogram is base times height. Okay, why we need to put it as height and not length is because for all the formulas, whenever you see H will be referring to the perpendicular height. Like, okay, for example, like your triangle, half times base times height. What they like to test you on is the height. They'll give you some other length also. Okay, so that the formula is not length. Okay, you need to use the perpendicular height to the base. Okay, so you all look here, right? Why is that important? If this is base, you see here there's a 90 degrees here. That means here is also 90 degrees. So this is base. This one is height. So 7 times 5, 35. Okay, what about this? If this is base, this one will be height. Okay, you see here, there's a 90 degrees here. So 7 times 4, 28. Okay, for this, 4, okay, even though the 7 is written outside, but this will still be considered as the perpendicular height. Because you see, this is 7, which is 90 degrees. So here will be 4 times 7. This base, this height, which is equals to 28. Okay, the last one, this base, this one height. Okay, you won't be taking the 4. So this will be 7 times 3, 21. Okay, so you got 2, which is 28. So these 2 will be your final answer. This and this. Okay, the next one, question 10. The cost of hiring a car is a $40 fixed charge and an additional charge of $12 per day. Mike writes a function using C to represent the total cost in dollars to hire the car for D days. Tick to show if each of these statements is true or false. Okay, number 1, the total cost to hire the car for 7 days is $124. Okay, how do we do this? Fixed charge. Okay, so let's say cost. Let's write down the equation first. Cost is equals to 40, which is fixed, additional charge of $12 per day. So can we say it's plus 12D? Okay, 12D, right? So to calculate this first one, over here will be 40 plus 12 times 7. Okay, let's calculate this. 40 plus 12 times 7, which is equals to 124. Okay, true. Second one, the correct function is 40D plus 12. False, right? Okay, it should be 40 plus 12D. Okay, 1 to 10. If good, can you type 10 in the chat? Any question, please ask right away. Okay, all can understand? Okay, please take note also on the topics that you all need to work on. Okay, later after the class, you all update me. All right, okay, let's move on to question 11. Okay, the table gives info about the masses of 20 sheep. Calculate the estimate of the mean mass of this sheep. You may use the table to help you. Okay, what is the formula for mean? Okay, this one you all have to memorize. Mean is sum of fx. Okay, that means you have to take f times x over sum of f. Okay, sum of fx over sum of f. X over here will be midpoint. Okay, so this is the x value. How do we get the x value? Okay, you all might want to write this down. X will be x1 plus x2 divided by 2. The x are all these value. Okay, so everything here. So this x value sometimes is not consistent. So sometimes the gap in between, that means we call it the class intervals, might be different. Okay, so how do we calculate the midpoint? Okay, this one don't need to write the working if you can do mental calculation, but this is the proper working if you want to find the midpoint. 40 plus 60 divided by 2, 50. 60 plus 80 divided by 2, 70. 80 plus 100 divided by 2, we get 90. 100 plus 120 divided by 2, we get 110. Okay, you have to find the x value first. Then they say midpoint multiplied by f. So this times this. This times this. This times this. This times this. Okay, you can just type in the calculator. 4 times 50. Okay, maybe I write down the working. 4 times 50, 200. 6 times 70, 420. 8 times 90, 720. 2 times 110, 220. Okay, you add it all up together. This midpoint. Okay, we add it. So 200 plus 420 plus 720 plus 220. You get here 1560. Okay. This is your sum of fx. Okay, this value here is this. Okay, you don't have in the exam, right? They never give you this table. Actually, you don't have to write this down. You can straight away put in the formula if you are familiar with the formula. Otherwise, this one is easy for you to check back. You need to draw like a simple table. Okay, so sum of fx will be equals to 1560. Your sum of f will be this value here. Okay, sum of f over 20. So 1560 divided by 20 will be equals to 78 kg. Okay, the next one, question B. Give a reason why it is only possible to calculate an estimate of the mean mass of this sheep. Okay, what do you think? Only why they highlight this word here? Why is it an estimate? Why is it not an exact value? Okay, so what you can say is that we don't know what's the exact value because all of this data is put inside a group data. So you can say the exact values are not known as it is a group data. So we put it all inside a group. So we don't know exactly what inside the 40 to 60 group, we don't know whether it's 40, 41, 42, okay, 43, 44. It's just within that range itself. Okay, so important formula here is sum of fx over sum of f. Very important. Okay, same goes again. This one, I think year Year 8 already, you all should have learned this formula. You all will be using this until year 11. Okay, so statistics, just keep memorizing all the formulas. Do we have to show the working exam? This one, yes. Okay, this one you all have to show. It's either you all write it in an equation like this. So that means you write like that. 4 times 50 plus 6 times 70 plus 8 times 90 plus 2 times 110. You write it all down. Then over 20. Okay? Or you draw it on the table. But you need to present it neatly. Okay, let's move on to question 12. Okay, next one is algebra. Okay, algebra. So 8x squared divided by x. Okay, what's 8x squared divided by x? Okay, we are gonna simplify this. X squared. Okay, x squared, if you don't understand, right, x squared is just x times x. Okay, so this one, 8 times x over x, which you can cancel off the x and x. So this will become 8x. Okay, next one, 12y plus 8 over 4. Okay, often students make a careless mistake on this. This one, you all cannot just cancel off like this. Because here, there's a plus. So you need to factorize out on top first, which is 4. 3y plus 2 over 4. Cancel, cancel. Here will be 3y plus 2. Okay, next one. Question 13. Solve these inequalities. Okay, when we want to solve an inequality, got 3 parts like this. You want to just make the middle part to be x. So you have to ask how to get rid of this minus 1. Okay, what do we need to do? We are going to add 1 to the entire thing. Okay, so here means you need to add 1 here, you need to add 1 here, you need to add 1 here. This will become 5x 10. Okay, so in between 5 to 10. Next one. Okay, 3n plus 12 less than equals 18. Okay, this one just solve as normal. 3n less than or equals to 6. N less than or equals to 6 over 3. N less than equals 2. Okay, and also write down the full answer over here. Okay, don't just write 2 as your final answer. Okay, so for inequalities, the only rule that you all need to remember, which we didn't apply here, is when multiply or divide, negative value, symbol changes. Okay, direction. So if it's less than, it'll become more than. If it's more than, it'll become less than. All right. Okay, let's go on to question 14. Okay, this is on the question of probability. A bag contains sweets of 4 different colors. Here are some probabilities of picking a sweet of each color. The probability of picking a yellow sweet or a pink sweet is 0.4. Okay, yellow sweet or pink sweet. So yellow or pink, these two, add up together should be equals to 0.4. Okay, complete the table. So we can calculate what is the pink sweet first. Okay, so probability of getting pink will be 0.4 minus 0.1, which is 0.3. Then we should know also the total probability will be equals to 1. Okay, so for us to get green, we'll take 1 minus 0.25 minus 0.1 minus 0.3. Okay, 0.25 minus 0.1 minus 0.3. And our final answer will be 0.35. Well, total probability will always be 1. Okay, what do you think? Yes. Okay, 1 is equals to 100% also. It's the same meaning. Okay, the next one, question 15. Okay, this percentage type of question, important to know. Okay, a bike has a value of $8,000. The bike decreases in value by 5% each year. Calculate the value of the bike at the end of 3 years. Okay, this is not so straightforward where you just minus 15%. Okay, does it work that way? because they say decrease in value by 5%, and then they want you to find 3 years. So 5 times 3. Okay, this is not what you're going to do. This kind of scenario is called percentage change. Okay, continuous percent change. Or we can say it's a compound change. Okay, later on, y'all will be, I think some of you also learned this formula before. Okay, compound interest formula. Compound interest. Okay, formula. Okay, what is the meaning of this? Let's say you got your original value. Okay, ori value. What happened? After first year, it drops 5%. Then, second year, based on the first year value, it drops another 5%. Then on the third year, based on the second value, it drops another 5%. Okay, so that means right now, this first year will be 0.95 of this. Then this second year will be 0.95 of this. This third year will be 0.95 of this. Got it? Okay, so every year it will be 95%. Yeah, okay, so the formula that you want to be using, okay, your final value will be equals to ori value multiplied by 1 minus r over 100. Okay, r means the percentage or your rate to the power of time. Okay, so you need to remember this. R is the rate, or you can say percentage. T is the amount of time. Okay, write down this formula first. It's the same as a compound interest formula. Okay, maybe some of you have already learned this compound interest formula. So what is the original value? It is 8,000 times, okay, this 1 minus r will be 1 minus 5 over 100 to the power of 3. Okay, this will be 8,000 times 1 minus 5 over 100 is 0.95 power 3. Okay, this one, time in the calculator. 8,000 times 0.95 to the power of 3, we will get 6859. Okay, or another way that you can understand is like that. Okay, so this is 0.95 of it. This one, you multiply 0.95. Then here, you again multiply 0.95. So you're multiplying 0.95 3 times 0.95 times 0.95 times 0.95. That's why it's times 0.95 to the power of 3. Okay, until 15. Are you okay? Okay, can do this. Can you type 15 in the chat? Okay, if all good, okay, we'll take a short break first. Okay, I want you all to take the next 5 minutes. Try to do as many questions as possible. Okay, got another 10 more questions. Then when we come back, we'll continue on with the remainder question. Okay, from question 16 onwards. See you all in 5 minutes. Okay, let's continue on with 16. Okay, question 16, this is on the topic of functions. Okay, here is a mapping diagram for the function y equals to 1 plus x squared. Okay, so here is x, this is y. They want you to fill up these 3 things. Okay, the first one is when our input is -2, that means our x is -2. So y equals to 1 minus 2 squared. Okay, 1 plus minus 2 squared, which is minus 1 squared, which will give us 1. Okay, so this will be the first one. Number 1. Okay, the second one is when the output is 64. That means when y equals to 64. That means here is 1 plus x squared. Okay, I switch the other way around. 1 plus x squared equals to 64. Okay, how do we solve for this? When we have square, we bring over to the other side. It is not square root. It is plus minus square root 64. So you get 2 answers over here. Okay, I'll bring it here first. Okay, plus minus square root 64, which is plus minus 8. Okay, therefore x will be, okay, you need to split it up. You got minus 1 plus 8 and -1 minus 8. Here is 7. Here is -9. So that's why we have two answers here. Okay, this is the second one, 7 and -9. Okay, don't do a trial and error over here. Don't go and try to type in the calculator. Okay, try and error. Just use the formula and solve it. Okay, solve it properly. Okay, let's go to the next one. Question 17. Okay, question 17 is an interesting one. Okay, let's see this. Chen has a box containing colored pencils in the ratio blue, red, green. Okay. 11, 8, 3. There are more than 70 pencils in the box. Find the smallest number of red pencils in the box. Okay, what is this? How to do this question? Okay, they give us a ratio. Okay, they give us a ratio over here. Okay, so this part here, okay, what we need to do is you have to highlight this statement. More than 70 pencils in the box. Okay, when they say more than 70 pencils in the box, so it might be 71, 72, 73, 74, okay, so and so forth, right? But we need to also consider the ratio over here. Okay, so you use your logic, right? Pencils need to be in whole number because you need one whole pencil. Okay, you cannot have half a pencil in this case, okay, you need whole pencils. So what we can do for this part is you find the total parts of the ratio first. Okay, total parts. 11 plus 8 plus 3. Okay, let's calculate this. 11 plus 8 plus 3 will be equals to 22. Okay, now what I want you all to do, you are going to find the closest multiple to 70. Okay, find the closest multiple of 22 to 70. Okay, so I write down here, find the closest multiple. Okay, more than 70. So what is the value? Okay, what do you all think is the value here? So we can take 22. Okay, so you see 22 times 1, 22 times 2, 22 times 3, 22 times 4, right? Okay, so you got 22, 44, 66, then 88. Okay, so 88 will be your closest multiple that's more than 70, right? Okay, so let's take 88 as our total number of pencils. Okay, so total number of pencils, we take it as 88. Okay, because 88, you can divide all of these value nicely, okay, into a nice ratio. So now here, we find one part of ratio is equals to 88 divided by 22, which is equals to 4. Red has 8 parts. Okay, so here we can just take 4 times 8, which is equals to 32. So you have 32 red pencils. Okay, this is how I normally do it. Or this is how I would do this question. Okay, okay, just take some time to process this question. I think this one is quite unique. Okay, let's go to the next one. Question 18. Okay, question 18. The scale drawing shows the position of A and town B. Okay, they want us to do this. Town C is on a bearing of 040 degrees from town A and on a bearing of 305 degrees from town B. Mark the position of town C on the diagram. Okay, for this question, we have to use our protractor. Okay, you all need to have your protractor with you. Okay, let's understand the concept of bearing first. Bearing, it is from north. Okay, it's measured from north, clockwise direction, and then 3 digits. So let's say the first one, town C is on the bearing of 040 from town A. So we're going to put our protractor over here first. Okay, protractor is the half circle one. So put the protractor, and then you're going to measure from here 0. You're going to see where the 0 is. Okay, this one I'm just roughly estimating. Then you're going to measure here 40 degrees. Okay, so 40 degrees I think will be around here. Then you put a small little mark over here. Okay, so I think it will be around here. Okay, 040. This is, okay, this is 45. Around here should be 45 degrees, so should be around like that. Okay, this one I'm just roughly estimating. You all use the protractor to measure. Okay, so here should be 40 degrees. You just draw it as long as you can, as long as possible. Okay, then the next one, they want 305 degrees. Okay, how to measure 305 degrees? You're going to put your protractor like this. Okay, this is the middle part, right? Okay. The way that I would do it is you take 360. Okay, because the measurement is like that. From here to here will be 305 degrees. So you take 360 minus 305 first. 360 minus 305, you get 55 degrees. So this part here, you measure 55 degrees. Okay, this part, 55 degrees. So it should be around, okay, I think slightly lower like that. Okay, that is. I'm just roughly estimating, so you'll go and measure. Okay, and the zero should be from here. Then wherever they meet, this is your point C. Okay, Barry. Okay, let's move on to question 19. Okay, question 19. Here is a formula. T equals to square root P plus 3. Draw a ring around the correct arrangement of the formula. Okay, so the formula, they want us to make P as a subject. So I would first shift the left to right and right to left, so I can make P as on the left-hand side. So square root P plus 3. P plus 3, square root will become square. Then plus 3 will become minus 3. So T square minus 3. This will be our answer. Okay, the next one, question 20. Lily spins this fair spinner once every day for 135 days. If she spins a 1, she saves $10 of her earnings for that day. If she spins a 2, she saves $20 of her earnings for that day. If she spins a 3, she saves $30 of her earnings for that day. Calculate the total amount of money Lily should expect to save over 135 days. Okay, this question, it looks a bit funny at the start, but this is a probability type of question. Okay, this is a probability. Why is it probability? Because they are asking you what are the chances when you spin, let's say if it's a random case and we were to do a hypothesis, that means a wild guess, what are the chances that you get 1? What are the chances that you get 2? And what are the chances that you get 3? Okay, you see the size of all of it is the same, right? So that means your probability of getting this will be 1/3. These are 1/3. 1/3. Okay, so probability of getting 1 is also equal to probably of getting 2, probably of getting 3. All of them is equals to 1/3. So each of the numbers here, 1, 2, and 3, what do you think will be the expected number? Okay, expected number of times for each number. Okay, number of times, okay, for each value. We can say because it's 135 days, you take 1/3 times 135. Okay, so 135 divided by 3. So each of them, if we were to give a wild guess, it will have 45 times. That means 45 times it will spin at 1. 45 times it will spin at 2. 45 times it will spin at 3 out of 135 days. Okay, so here our calculation will be 45 multiplied by 10, 45 multiplied by 20, and we take 45 multiplied by 30. So 45 days it will be on 1, 45 days it will be on 2, 45 days it will be on 3. We calculate this, 450, 900, 1350. Add it up. 450 plus 900 plus 1350. You will get 2700. Okay, until question 20. Are you good? Can you type 20? You can do this whole paper. Okay, let's go to the last 5 questions. Question 21. Okay, this is on transformation. Triangle PQR has vertices P equals to 3, 5, Q equals to 3, 2, and R equals to 5, 2. Triangle PQR is translated to triangle P prime, Q prime, R prime. Okay, this is called your image. Now they say find the coordinates of R prime when P prime is 4, 5 and Q prime is 4, 2. Okay, this transformation that they are using here is called translation. Translation is just moving to the right, up, up, down, left, right. Okay, so from 3, 5, it becomes, okay, from 3, 5, it becomes 4, 5. Okay, so what will be the calculation here? Okay, so the translation, okay, for this will be 4 minus 3, 5 minus 5, okay, which is 1, 0. Okay, that means it moves to the right by 1 unit. Okay, we check for the Q value also. See, is it the same or not? Q is 3, 2. Q prime is 4, 2. Okay, so we'll take Q prime minus Q, the final one. We'll take 4, 2 minus 3, 2, which is also 1, 0. Okay, so that means you will have a translation of 1, 0. So R is equals to 5, 2. What is R prime? Okay, R prime, you can add like that. Plus 1, 0, which is 6, 2. Okay, 6, 2. Okay, the next one, same thing. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. P, 3, 5, P prime, 1, 10. Okay, then you see the translation. 1, 10 minus 3, 5 minus 2, 5. Okay, we check for the other one also. Q is 3, 2, Q prime, 1, 7. Okay, so here we'll take 1, 7, 3, 2 minus 2, 5. Okay, so to get to R prime, so R is 5, 2. R prime will be equals to 5, 2 minus 2 plus 5. Okay, we use a translation here. This will be 3, 7. Okay, all of this 1 mark only. Okay, let's move on to question 22. Okay, everyone, copy already. Okay, question 22. This is on scale factor. Okay, on the concept of scale factor. So a rectangle has an area of 7.5 cm squared. When the rectangle is enlarged, the image has an area of 270 cm squared. Okay, calculate the value of the scale factor of the enlargement. Okay, so we have to know the formula for this. When we do scale factor, you have to check what units are you enlarging or you're doing the scale factor. So for area, okay, so this is the formula for area. If it's length, K will just be length, okay, length 1 over length 2. Okay, this is length. If it's area, it'll be K squared. Okay, K squared, which is you take the enlarged area, A1 over A2. If it's volume, then it's K cubed, like that, V1 over V2. Okay, so I need you all remember this formula here. This is called your scale factor. Okay, scale factor type of problem. Okay, so what are we comparing over here? We are doing an enlargement for area. Okay, enlargement of area, we'll take the formula of K square. Okay, whatever that's on top, it will always be image over object. Okay, image means after you have gone through the transformation. So this is the image. This one is the object, the original one. So we will take K square equals to 270 over 7.5. Okay, 270 divided by 7.5, we'll get 36. It is 36. Therefore, K, okay, K by right, you should get plus minus square root 36, right? But then this one, since K value will only be positive, so we just put it as square root 36. The square root 36 will be equals to 6. Yeah, 6 will be the answer. Okay, if we leave it at 36, then it's wrong. If you leave it at 36, no marks. If it's length, then yes, 36. So if you compare for length, then we just take k equals to the length of the image over the length of the object. Okay, let's go to the next one. We're about to be done. Okay, by completing the table of values, draw the graph of y equals to x squared minus 1. Okay, on the grid for values between -3 to 3. So just substitute in the value. All you need to do, time in the calculator. Okay, this one, when you're time in the calculator, you have to ensure that you bracket it. Okay, you don't bracket, the value will be wrong. So this one will be -2 square minus 1, then 2 square minus 1, then 3 square minus 1. Okay, go and calculate this. You get 3, 3, and 8 here. Now, we plot it out on the graph. -3, 8. Again, when your plot points on the graph, don't use a dot. I want you to use as an X like that. So it's easier for you to see when you draw out your line. -2, 3, -1, 0, 0, -1, 1, 0, 2, 3, and 3, 8. Okay, then join. This should be a, okay, you all look at the equation. This is called a quadratic equation. Okay, quadratic means you got x squared. Quadratic will give you a curve. So you need to bend it a little bit. This. Okay, try to draw it as smooth as you can. Okay, this paper somehow got a lot of shapes formula, shapes type of problem. Okay, this one graph problem only. Okay, let's move on. Last two questions. Okay, the last two is also on shapes. Question 24. The diagram shows a right-angled triangle with a base length of 2x plus 5. Okay, the area of this right-angled triangle is 4x squared plus 10x. Mia thinks that the perpendicular height of the triangle is kx, where k is a whole number. Show that Mia is correct by finding the value of k. Okay, this is a 2-mark question. So area is equals to 4x squared plus 10x. Okay, we don't know what is this value here. Okay, let's call this h. What's the formula for area of right angle triangle? Half times base times height. Okay, how do we solve this? Okay, we have okay, area will be what? 4x squared plus 10x plus half, equals to half times 2x plus 5 multiplied by height. Okay, can we solve this? So our goal is that we want to solve this h value. Okay, we try to make h as the subject. So first thing, I will multiply the whole thing by 2. Okay, so that we can bring this up here. Okay, multiply the whole thing by 2. So here will become 8x squared plus 20x equals to 2x plus 5 times h. Okay, then here we will take okay, 8x plus, okay, sorry, let me see. They say here is kx. Okay, so h, this one, sorry, teacher forgot to put this thing here. Okay, this one should be kx. Okay, so our h here, let's put it as kx, not h. Okay, so here, kx. Okay, what can we do from here? Okay, from this part, you see both sides, they have x. Okay, you see all of here, you've got x value. Okay, so can we compare the value here? Okay, maybe what we can do, okay, for this type of question, on the right hand side, we expand the bracket first. Okay, this times this times this. Okay, so here will become 2kx squared plus 5kx. Okay, I think this will be the better way to do it. Okay, when you have this type of equation, we want to compare both left hand side and right hand side. That means this will be equals to this because both of them got x squared. Then this will be equals to this. Okay, so if we compare the x squared with each other, so 8x squared is equals to 2kx squared. Okay, we solve this. You divide both sides by x squared. K is equals to 8 over 2, which is equals to 4. Okay, you check for the other value also, the blue color one. 20x equals to 5kx. X and x cancel. 20 divided by 5 equals to k. K is equals to 4. This is how we solve it. Okay, you compare. This one is compare. Left-hand side and right-hand side. LHS is left-hand side. RHS is right-hand side. Okay, can? Yeah, one last one. Question 25. The diagram shows a kickboard in the shape of a rhombus. The diagonals of the rhombus are of length 25.5 cm and 34 cm. Eva wraps a ribbon around the perimeter of the kickboard. The ribbon does not overlap. Ribbon costs 60 cents per meter. Calculate the cost the ribbon Eva uses. Okay, the first thing that we need to find is we want to find what is the perimeter of this shape, because this is where the ribbon is. Okay, to find the perimeter, they give us this and this. We can use Pythagoras theorem, okay, because this is a right angle triangle. So we're first gonna take 34 divided by 2, okay, so that we can find the half the length of it. 34 divided by 2 will be 17. Then we take 25.5 divided by 2. Okay, this will be equals to 12.75. Okay, so this two part, this is 17 cm. Here is 12.75 cm. Okay, we want to find what is the hypotenuse. So we're going to use the concept of Pythagoras theorem. Okay, let's call this A. A square equals to B square plus C square. This 17 square plus 12.75 square. Okay, 17 square plus 12.75 square. Okay, this will be 451.5625. Okay, the A value, you have to square root this. A is 21.25. Okay, so the perimeter of this will be equals to 4A. So 4 multiply 21.25. We get here, total is 85 cm. So the total cost, they mentioned 60 cents is equals to 1 meter. So now our unit here, right, is 85 cm. Okay, we need to change it to meter. Okay, let's change this 85 cm to meter. So it will be 85 divided by 100 meter, which is 0.85 meters. Okay, what is 0.85 meters? We'll take 0.85 multiplied by 60 cents. You put in your calculator, your final value will be 51 cents. Okay, so always when you see got something that is being bold, right, means you need to do some sort of calculation over there. Okay, everyone good here? All right, okay, 25 questions. If you can do this, can you just type 25 in the chat and send this to you all? Okay, any specific topics that you feel that you might need to work on, can you all just type in the chat? Any specific ones? Okay, no specific. Okay, question 24. Oh yeah, 24 is the hard one, right? Okay, anything else? Anything else that you all feel that you all might need to work on? 24, you just compare any. Okay, graph related. You realize it's easier, right? Just do a few more. Okay, so continue to do the other past year papers. Okay, so I sent this to you all already. Yeah, stop this video recording first, and then I'll brief you all what I want you all to do. Okay, so this is the end for October, November 2024, paper 2, checkpoint.